son, here we go. You're one of the ones that you know about, I suppose.
Yes.
One of the three that it's in this era that you know about.
Yes,
The ever
probably
classic,
my favorite of this era.
the ever classic Cars 3, ladies and gentlemen. Now, before you begin, let me just refresh everybody's memory here for a second. So,
Yes, kindly.
kind folks, Cars 3, no one was excited for this. Whenever,
After the last one.
especially after the last one. Last one was just that abysmal. Everyone was just like,
It was a bit of an oops.
yeah, it's like Shrek 3, okay? When Shrek the Third came out, it
I was
kind of
gonna
made
say the
Shrek
third. Yeah.
into a joke, basically. And then,
Sadly, yes.
sadly, yes. But anyway, when, so they were making this new film, Cars 3, and everyone's just like, oh, again, another Cars film, another Cars movie, what the heck? Why do we get more of this Cars crap? But then anyway, then we saw the first teaser trailer, which
Indeed we did.
was Lightning McQueen flipping and dying, and we were all like, what the heck is this? This could be
It's
something.
already trash.
No, they were
Except
hyped.
it wasn't.
People were hyped for it, actually.
They were.
There were a lot
Were
more
they?
theories on this movie than any of the Cars movies combined. Okay, after that one trailer dropped, everyone's just like, wait a second.
That.
Was everything just like, it seemed so real, like the cars, the animation seemed photorealistic to the point where people kind of speculated that Cars 3, it would be revealed that these cars did not have eyes or mouths or whatever. They weren't real.
Oh, that.
It was actually humans all along or something.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, we were all like,
phenomenon.
yeah. But then the actual movie came out and we were like, oh, wait, nope, that's not at all what it was.
Yeah, that was probably not ever what they intended, but still funny.
That's the marketing team. That's what they wanted you to think, especially after Cars 2.
Yeah, they had to pop up something good for this next toilet.
Yeah, they got to get the internet to thinking. Got to get the internet to a thinking over here, kind folks.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
they did, and then the trailer came out, and they were like, oh, wait, this is just a regular trailer? Okay. But it did seem better, and out of all the reviews and all that, I saw a bunch of reviews, like Jeremy Johns and all that type of people like that.
Guy.
He even said, yeah, I mean, we were expecting Cars 3 to be like this, like, existential masterpiece or whatever. And, Cars 1 was okay. Cars 2 was abysmal trash. And Cars 3 was just okay. And for me, I would say that this is the best Cars film. There's one... It would be the best, hands down, in my eyes. But, except for this one thing that just kind of... It's where the film took a dump, honestly, in my eyes. But anyway. Oh, yeah. But anyway, though. Without further ado, son, what was your thoughts going into the film and your thoughts going out of the film?
I mean, I didn't really know what to expect. But all I knew was there was this Jackson Storm character that very ironically reminded me of one of our buddies in real life.
IRL.
For more reasons than one. But that alone made it something I wanted to see. I mean, it's Cars, so I mean, I can't say no.
Duh, Cars.
But yeah, we went and saw it in the theater, I believe, and it was.
Did you and me go and see it in the theaters, or?
We did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did. I remember.
I thought we did.
yeah, we definitely saw that one in theaters. And I think I prefer the original Cars just a hair more. This one was pretty close second, though.
Yeah, so what happens in this film? Well, give you the short summary, if you will. So, Lightning McQueen.
Oh, yes.
Lightning McQueen's an old car now. He's not the rookie anymore. He's outdated, and he tries to go even farther and flips, and has to kind of bounce back and retrain and get better. You know, he's got to go back to basics. This is basically the Rocky 3 of the franchise, where if you know Rocky, fit and the Sackbuster is he's barking up a storm over here. Fig.
Oh, he goes, eh?
Fig. No barking. Anyway, onward and upward, if you will. So Rocky 1, the best of the franchise, he fails. Rocky 2, he fails but win. Rocky 2, he fails in life, but then he regains his life and all that and wins this time. And then Rocky 3, he's kind of an older boxer now. It's been a while. He's kind of someone else is taking up the mantle of having the heavyweight champion, if you will. So he's got to train.
Yeah.
He's got to train again and win everything. And that's basically what Lightning McQueen is doing.
There are similarities for sure.
Oh yes, but unlike Doc Holliday, where it was basically a 3x3 ripoff, this one isn't necessarily a point by point ripoff here. It has similar plot points here, and I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
And
tell us what.
He trains and all that with Doc's coaches and all that stuff, which makes me think of a question, but we'll dive into that later. But anyway, but then he's driving, he's doing his best and all that, but halfway through the race, he gives it up for this new car who was one of his trainers and all that, and lets her race, kind of turning a new leaf and all that, kind of becoming the Doc, if you will. And that's basically it. He turns blue. He becomes blue at the end of the film, and that's Cars 3 basically.
Yeah. The only things that I think you may have left out were the hilarity of the trailer park customs.
Yeah, I was gonna talk about that. Like, give the overall summary, but give like basic plot points, like what we loved about the film and all that. So let's just go into the good here. The first part is one of the things Lightning McQueen does in order to like train and all that is go into this trailer park customs
yes.
I don't even know what you call it.
It's called a demolition derby.
Demolition derby, yes. I knew it was some kind of derby, but demolition derby, yes, and it's so man. It's just absolutely hilarious. I gotta say, it's absolutely hilarious, and I wasn't laughing at it. I was laughing with it. It was basically. Everything works. It was not only that, but it brought the story forward too, and I really liked that. It's almost like they actually knew what they were doing with the writing and the script and all that. I was like, what? Huh?
It felt like a theatrical sequel and not a direct-to-video DVD.
Exactly.
Special.
It's not a planes. It's not a planes and it's not a Mater's Tall Tale the movie. It's a
or Spy Cars, whatever you want to call it.
It's an actual sequel, Which, by the way, all our problems with Cars 2, throw that out the window for this movie, because they basically, they literally just ignore everything that happened in Cars 2.
That's true. They didn't really touch on any of that at all.
Mater is barely in this movie. I think he has like 2 appearances in this film, and that's it. Which I gotta say, I was shocked. Okay, because even Despicable Me, okay, Despicable Me with the Minions movie, everyone hated the Minions movie. Even they kept the Minions around for Despicable Me 3, okay, but in this one, they fully just almost took Mater completely out. There is no mention of Finn McMissile, no mention of his girlfriend.
Mater, why Mater? He was like a leading role in the first one.
He was like a supporting role, yeah, but
the
backlash of Cars 2 was so bad. I think they just kept him in there for 2 scenes. And that's it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. You know, I have no idea. I couldn't tell you. But anyway.
Yeah.
I think that the scenery in this film is really well done as well. It was. I gotta say, okay, I was watching it in theaters, and except for just the slightest hint of a cartoony element there, maybe because the cars were there, I don't know, but if I didn't see their faces, I could have sworn that it was like an actual real life place I can actually go and be in, you know? It was that well done. I gotta say, Pixar did it again, ladies and gentlemen.
They did. I remember they had that whole Lightning McQueen training center, like that was named after him. Now that he was like this famous long-term racer that had this training facility named after him. I remember the imagery in that whole scene or scenery, whatever you want to call it. I remember it was very well done. That was one of my favorite parts, and it's something I remembered the most. So,
Indeed.
They did a good job.
Indeed. Yeah, and surprisingly enough, there were a lot of jokes in this film that I felt were actually funny and not so bad it's hilarious, but just so good it's funny, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, like the school bus at the Derby.
Oh, yes. And on top of everything else, I mean, there were still some cringe jokes, but most of it worked for me. And it didn't really focus on the jokes that much, this film, either. It was mostly dramatic from my standpoints.
It was kind of like in the middle somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like the first film, but it was first film you can argue is more jokey-ish. But this one was lean more toward the dramatic side, which I gotta say,
just a hair, yeah.
Yeah, I was fully into it. You know, I was getting the groove. You know.
I mean, if it got too dramatic, then I probably would give it a low rating. But
yeah, it wasn't too.
I think it helped with the story.
Yeah, it wasn't like. It was hard to explain. It's not like Monsters Inc. levels of hilarity, but it was more like a Finding Nemo level of hilarity, where it's like a very nice blend of drama and hilarity or comedy there. Not it wasn't like a huge like thing like Finding Nemo where the mother died and all the eggs died. There's nothing like that in there. Except for maybe the crash, but the crash is kind of dealt with and kind of moved on from that pretty fast. But other than that, it was actually pretty dramatic and was actually kind of interesting. There were a few, like, the jokes at the yellow car, I forget her name, but the yellow car, that was just, I wasn't about that, but there were some jokes like the A-Man bus that was just like A-Man, you know what I'm saying?
Like what did they call her? Like the lunch lady or something? It was something epic that was like it was perfect.
The lunch lady, the lunch bus. I don't know.
It was something weird like that. That was like, "Hey, bless your heart, honey, you're gonna die," or something. Like, yeah, boy. Hey, man.
Okay. Overall, pretty good. However, there are some issues I have with this movie that
some minor dump outs.
There's a couple things I found to be thing here. Number one, and this is kind of a nitpick if you really think about it, it's like, so why did Doc died, right? But
he did.
But his coaches, who are older than him, are still alive. What the heck? You know what?
That is a little odd.
Yeah, it was a little odd, but you know, narrative wise, you know, it's fine. He could have had the car version of cancer or something. I don't know, but I wish we knew how he died. Although this is a kids film.
I always wondered about that. Other than the voice actor died in real life, I think.
Yeah, the real voice actor died in real life, but I still would like to know how he died, because I don't know. It's kind of weird, but you know, there was some. Wait, there was something else that I was thinking about.
The judge.
What?
The judge of the film?
The judge? Who's the judge?
Yeah. The jaw-lined one himself?
Yeah, who's the jaw-lined one himself?
Jay Storm?
Oh, okay. I mean, he was kind of bland. He's not like Chick Thunder Hicks, who's memorable, but he was kind of...
I liked this guy better for some reason. He just had more of like this Chadster vibe that I don't know. I liked him better than Hicks.
I don't know. He was for me, he was a very formulaic villain in my opinion. But
that's also true. Mate, that is a good point.
But you know, I don't remember his name, the Chadster. You know,
Jackson Storm.
Yeah, I mean, you recognize his name, but I don't remember his name. I remember Chick Thunder Hicks because he's just absolutely hilarious with his stash, his car stash.
Gotcha.
Anyway. But the thing, okay, I can't remember what I was thinking about, but the thing that really detracts this film from being like, honestly, without this issue, if this issue did not happen in this film, it would be pretty high. It would be like Inside Out level, and Inside Out is really high in my eyes. But if it didn't have this one issue, it would be high up there, but it has this one issue, and this one issue is this. Lightning McQueen lets the yellow car, I forget her name, but the yellow car, he lets her drive way too early. Way too early, okay? I mean, if it's literally halfway through the race, or a quarter through the race, and all of a sudden he's just like, yeah, okay, this yellow car, I'm going to be the Doc of the film now, and you're going to be me. You're going to be the rookie. We're going to make you race. The end. I was like, what? Huh? What?
Hello, Karen.
What about... Oh, yeah, that was what I was thinking about. So, we would... that's not what I was thinking about. I remembered. Real quick, real side tangent here, but this Cars film is the first Cars film that's rated PG and not G. So you can say how Doc died and still have that PG rating, okay? But they didn't.
Yeah, that's true.
But they didn't, so whatever. Anyway, side tangent aside, back to what I was saying here. If they... Listen, it's formulaic, okay? This plot point is very formulaic. I could see it a mile away that he was going to do it, you know? But...
yeah.
Having him do it that early just robs the whole point of the film. This whole point of the film was him training, and he barely raced. and found out, yeah, I should be the Doc. I was like, are you kidding me right? No. No. No way.
No.
Red X.
Someone would say.
Anyway, though, that happened way too early, and it just detracted my enjoyment of the film. I would say that this is the best one out of the Cars trilogy so far. Oh, but if they, I don't know how they would redo that. You know, I have to put the yellow car in somehow, but I mean, work it in some way. You know, you got like these very talented writers and all that, you know. You've made cinematic masterpieces before by subverting expectations. You can still do that. I don't know how, but that's what we pay for the tickets for, to see you subvert expectations. But anyway, yeah, the fact I know that they were trying to, I guess, with him being like going over to being Doc that early, but it just didn't work.
Not quite. Good attempt, though.
It was a decent attempt, but it didn't work. It just didn't work. So, with that, time for our ratings. Son, what would you give Cars 3?
I'd give it a nice little 8.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
Or 8 out of 8.
Of 10.
Oh, 8 out of 10. Okay. Not 8 out of 8. Okay, fine.
Not 8 out of 8, mate. But no. It wasn't perfect, but I enjoyed it. I did not walk away from that feeling like my time was totally wasted or anything. So,
I didn't feel like my time was totally wasted either. However, it would have been a lot better if it didn't have that ending, which just
that's true. I remember the ending was a little iffy.
Yeah, but
I don't remember exactly what it was. But
I give it a 6 out of 10.
Toileting.
It is toileting. Okay. But that's because of how just jaw-dropping that ending was to me. It was just, come on.
Very toileting.
It was toileting, yes.
I'll give it a 1 now. No, I'm kidding.
I wouldn't go that far. I mean, there are some good aspects to this film, okay? But still, it's
there are a lot.
Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, that's why it's not quite above the original. I think the plot was a little bit better told with the first one.
I would put
nostalgia, you know.
Yeah, I would put this slightly above the. I put this above the original, in my opinion.
What did you give the original? How low did it go?
It on my Letterboxd, it's slightly below Cars 3. I think it's a 6 out of 10 as well. But I would put it.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah, but I would put Cars 3 slightly higher though, because A, it's an original story, and B, the animation was sick. I gotta like what I like, you know. I mean, whatever.
Fair enough. I would not have known that there was even a thing called Doc Holliday unless you told me. So.
Yeah, I mean, neither would I. I wouldn't know that until I did my research or whatever. But still.
Oh, I see.
Anyway, though.